Hi, it's Kevin from Tent World. Today I'm going to run you through some of the Smarttek tips and tricks. So we've got a video already, tells you about the benefits and the features. Today I'm going to run you through a few little faults that you might come across out in the field and how it's easy to fix them, what are the best settings, and some of the faults you may come across. So when mounting these units, it's really important that you have the unit vertical. If you don't have it vertical and it's tilting forward, the flame inside will only catch the back of the hot water pipes, which is not ideal. So you want the flame to cover all the pipes so you get efficient heating. So having it mounted nice and vertical is important. You do have a hang plate on the back here, but the best thing to use is a Smarttek shower stand. These are available in all stores or online, and it's really convenient to make sure your unit is set up properly. Now, another thing you need to check for with these is, this is a 12-volt pump. So on your campsite, a lot of things like your fridges and lights might run when your 12-volt system has less than 12 volts. But with these, they have to have 12 volt. If you have anything less than 12 volt in your battery system, the capacity of the pump becomes compromised. And when the capacity becomes compromised, you don't get the right amount of pressure, you don't get the right amount of flow through your unit, and that can prevent the unit from igniting and giving you the hot water. So making sure you have 12 volt of battery power is really critical with these types of pumps. This pump is also brushless and it's also pressure sensitive, so it turns off when the pressure builds up, and it also will not damage the pump if it runs dry. Another tip is, with your hose fittings here, this is a 6 litre a minute pump. You have an O-ring. What I like to do is put a bit of Teflon tape underneath your O-ring. It stops any little drips and any leakages. Bit of Vaseline on there every now and then, keeps it nice and free to go on and off and helps it seal as well. So what I'm going to show you now is a good setting for winter, which when it's cold in the winter months and you want a nice warm shower around 45 degrees. Keep in mind this unit does have a summer setting. The summer setting over this side will only get the unit from mid 30s to high 30s in temperature, and that's the maximum. But on winter, they'll go all the way to 50 degrees. Keeping in mind that depending on your water source, these are designed to go approximately 40 degrees above the temperature of your water source. So if you've got 10 degree temperature water, it'll go to 50 degrees. 50 is a bit hot for a shower, 45 is generally comfortable. So to start the unit off, we would always start it on maximum gas, minimum water. Make sure your unit is turned on underneath here. There's an on-off switch. Your pump's got power. You've got a gas bottle hooked up. You turn the unit on and it will ignite. Now, this is on minimum water at the moment, and if I want more heat, I would turn it up. Generally in the middle is a really nice temperature, and generally with your water flow, you want a bit more water without wasting a lot. Generally, if you have each unit middle, you'll generally get a nice temperature. Okay, just turn this one up a bit. In those settings, if I turn the unit off at the shower head, the pump will stop, so you're not wasting water while you might be soaping yourself up. On these settings here, roughly, when you turn the shower head back on, the unit will reignite, okay, and it'll go back to the temperature that you're running. So we'll do that one more time. Shut the unit off, pump stops, builds up pressure with a pressure switch. Settings won't change. Turn your shower head back on. The unit reignites and you got nice hot water to continue having your shower. I find these settings here on winter mode is generally the most comfortable settings for temperature and also without using a lot of water. Now, one thing you really need to be cautious of with any of these hot water service units is, with winter temperatures and you use them, is leaving water inside the unit overnight. If you have a 0 degree morning and the water inside your hot water pipes in the unit freeze, it will split your pipes and you'll have leaks everywhere. Your unit won't work anymore. So I'm just going to show you a quick, easy way, because these are brushless pump. We can pump the water out of the unit, which helps stop the unit from freezing inside. So obviously you need to turn your gas bottle off to do this part of this function to get the water out of the unit. So gas bottle off, unit has an on-off switch, turn that off. Make sure you've still got 12 volts connected to your pump. You're going to just take your hose away from your water source. You're going to turn the unit on, and basically a bit of gurgling going on in your pump, but what it's going to do that's pumping that water now out of the unit. You're not going to hurt your pump being brushless. And we're pretty right now. Turn your pump off and your unit's being drained. You won't have any ice freezing problems inside your unit. So one thing with these units, which is a regular maintenance thing you have to do with them, is on the inlet from your water source, from your pump, is if you unclip your hose fitting, okay, and take off your hose connector from the unit, on the inlet there is a little gauze filter. And depending on the type of water that you've been using for a shower and where you've been, these can block up quite easily. If these block up, it affects the flow and the pressure through the unit, which can stop it from igniting. So if you're having ignition or flow problems, that is something that you do need to check and clean. Just rinse it under a tap of water or rinse it in a bucket of water. Just scrape off any extra residue on there, pop it back in place, screw your hose connector on, clip your unit back up, and you're good to go. Another maintenance item is your D-cell batteries. D-cell batteries operate your screen and it operates your piezo. Now, even though there might be a slight charge left in your D-cell batteries and you can hear your piezo clicking but your unit's not igniting, it can be that your batteries are too flat. So I'd always recommend having some D-cell batteries with you. Have a good reputable brand with you, a Duracell, an Energizer, one of those. They'll last you a lot longer. But replacing these batteries, if you're having ignition issues where your gas just won't fire up, it's generally your D-cell batteries. They just pop out. You've got positive to negative, negative to positive, and then they just turn, lock in place, and then you're good to go again. So thanks for watching today. If you've got any questions, queries, or you want to buy this great unit, pop in store to any Tent World location. Otherwise, visit us online at tentworld.com.au.